What's going on? Hope everybody's out there having a blessed day.
Hey, what's up?
Husband,
What?
wife. So today, taking a little drive. So what's the topic today, love?
We're going to discuss your children's use of the internet. How do we regulate their use on the internet? How do we let them use it? Are there boundaries? And so on.
Right, so when
do you think a child should actually have a phone? Let's start there.
A phone?
Yeah, when should we allow children to start having phones, smartphones, where they can access the internet
and these
without
days,
us knowing what they're doing on the internet?
These days, these kids have tablets by the age of 2 and 3.
Yeah, but then you can control it still.
Yeah,
when they get to like age 6, 7, they want to be on the internet and surfing, and they come across pedophiles and people that prey on kids.
Yeah,
so how do we let them use the internet safely without jeopardizing their well-being?
Everything is monitorized, but in the same sense, you can't really control everything unless you're physically there watching them all the time.
But you can't be everywhere with them.
No, you can't. So like growing up, I didn't have a cell phone until I was probably in middle school.
Wow, I was in 3rd grade when I got my first phone.
Yeah, middle school.
But my phone didn't have internet on it then.
No, we didn't have internet.
I just had a simple phone, and you dial home, dial your parents,
and we talk to your
grandma,
friends or whatnot.
It didn't really do anything.
Yeah, growing up, we didn't have those kind of luxuries these kids have nowadays. YouTube and Facebook, Instagram,
that's
social
the thing.
media.
We're trying to let
TikTok,
them have their freedom to use the internet, but we don't want them to harm themselves or get preyed on by these crazy people out there.
But you also have to give them a sense of independence, and trust that you trust them to do what they need to do, or have fun.
Trusting your kids on the internet.
Yeah, have fun with what they're doing.
So, do you think parental controls work?
Some of them work, but it works to an extent, because there's always loopholes, and there's certain things that, because now cartoons or like even TV shows, they start to say certain words that you don't want your kids saying, or using certain phrases you don't want your kids saying,
but they learn everything out there. Now the kids are talking with the jargon of today, like, yo ma, that's lit,
and you
imagine,
but in the same sense, now on TV they use certain like curse words that we didn't have growing up, and we kind of
certain words are not considered bad words
anymore, and we kind of like look at it kind of weird. And if they're saying it on TV, then the kids may feel like, oh, it's okay for me to say it, but you control what's done in your home. You see, as for you and your home and your family, you control what's allowed and what's not allowed.
You know what my dad used to say? He used to say, in this house, we do things according to this house rules.
Right.
We don't do things according to your friend's house rules. Exactly. This is how we are going to manage things in this house, and that was it. You never ever said, okay, I'm going to do things even though you try to trick the system, but your parents always try to do the best for you.
Right.
Now we're trying to raise our kids in the modern day world. We can't raise them the way we were raised, and the internet is part of the modern day life.
Right.
So how do we work around that, because they use the internet for school and for social media. The thing is, kids are on social media now too. As early as age 6, they have free reign to their own social media account.
Right. But what you do as a parent, you have to try and monitorize as best as you can. Like if your kid has a cell phone, whatever, you could limit them to certain things, or you could lock certain apps at a certain time, and it gives the child limits up to a certain time. So it's good to have those kind of things, those kind of features on a cell phone. And also being a parent, don't be afraid to check your kid's phone or see what's going on.
Know who your kids are talking to.
You gotta browse the history.
They browse the history, see what sites they're going on.
You gotta look at all the apps and
everything.
Anything that
you
don't
pay for that phone, you have right to that phone. I don't care, as long as the kid is under your roof.
Right. So you have to be more,
go through that phone.
in tune with what your kids are doing on the cell phone. You can't just give them a cell phone and be like, okay, go ahead. Go do what you want to do.
Yeah.
That's how you kind of lose track of what the kids are doing nowadays. Because the kids could do anything on a cell phone. And if you don't need full control, but you want to have most of the control, of what the kids are doing on the cell phone, depending on the age. The older they get, the less they want you in their business and stuff.
You want to give them also that, as you said, trusting them. You want to trust them a bit more.
And you don't have to...
You know where your child's headspace is.
Right. But... Yeah. As far as age, when you feel your child is responsible enough to have a cell phone and, they'll be home on time and, they're not going nowhere they're not supposed to go. And, phones have GPS now, so you can track where your kids are and see,
But also, I don't want to be that parent.
No, you need to be that parent because you don't know.
Watches their every move. I'm like, oh, yeah, there she is.
Yeah,
no, she's not there where she said she'd be.
It'd be the days that you feel your child is where they're supposed to be and they're not. God forbid something happens when you go, oh, she's supposed to be at practice or she's supposed to be at after school, and then you check the GPS and she's all the way somewhere else and you're like, what the? And then those things are put in place just so safety precaution.
So you are okay with tracking your child's movements?
Yes, I'm tracking all my kids. Where I wouldn't be the okay parent if I felt I could just let my child just roam free and I don't know where they are. Yeah. God forbid they'll be in trouble and I wouldn't know.
Especially because now
what if they can't call me and
black kids in America?
What if she's somewhere she's not supposed to be, or she gets kidnapped, or something, and she can't call, but the GPS is on the phone.
Yeah.
It'll give me, free range. She'd be like, oh, where's she at? And I could see okay, not go get her. But I don't think it's a problem to track your kids' phones or
look at what they're doing.
Look at what they're doing up to a certain age.
I'm totally about it. I'm for that life.
Once they in teenage age, they get teenage age, you start to give them a little bit more, free range and go do what you need to do. But you still check in, every now and then to make sure everything is good. You gotta talk to your kids and have real conversations with them, especially with what's going on now for our African American kids out there, especially the young men growing up. You have to
black kids
have them
America.
Understand what's really going on and the laws that they may not know that they are able to to learn right now. There's a lot of laws that we ourselves as young men, young African American men, we don't know, but we're so scared when these cops or law enforcement pull us over or approach us, and it's like we draw a blank, and it's like we want to abide by everything they say and not be rude or disrespectful, but sometimes you don't really have to say anything if you know everything that you're supposed to know according to the law. You record them and you go by what you're taught and what's in the law books, and some of these cops, they don't go by the law, they just go by how they feel and your race and
prejudice.
Yeah, you got to protect yourself at all times.
So basically the whole gist of this conversation is give your kids reign of the phone or the internet according to their age. Not
age, but their maturity. There's kids who's mature very young. But you know your kids best. You know your kids best. You know what your kids can handle, what they can't handle. If your kid is only allowed to use the cell phone when they're at home, they're not responsible enough to take the phone outside because they might lose it or they might use it inappropriately. If they're good enough to take the phone to school and not be on it while they're in school and things of that nature, then we have a better chance.
Have them have it.
Having the kid have the phone while they're at school and out with their friends. Sometimes there's more safety precaution because you never know what might happen when we had all those school shootings and all those mass shooting at the schools. You want to know that your kid is safe. Just in case something like that happens, you want your child to call you. You don't want to wait until the school notifies you when you don't know when that's going to be, because when things like that happen, the first thing isn't to notify the parents. No, the school is worried about themselves.
The safety of everyone.
So the child may not even get a chance to call you until later on afterwards to let them know that they're safe. So more time, there's other devices and stuff out there that tracks kids. You don't really need a cell phone, but as far as letting the kids be on the internet and stuff, you just have to try go through the kids' phones once in a while and
totally
talk to them and make sure.
Also, teach them of how to surf the internet safely, and that they shouldn't give out personal information on the internet. When ads pop up as we surfing
don't click them.
Don't open this app or don't accept this ad. Don't accept invites from people you don't know.
Right.
We teach them those things so that we keep them safe on the internet, but we can't keep them off the net because we live in a very modern world, and the internet is used for us to get by and to do our business, and we work on it, and all that stuff we need it.
They need the information like for schoolwork and whatnot when they need to
do
look
a
stuff up for
project
school.
or assignment,
they're gonna need the internet. So we
it.
can't keep them off the internet.
We just need to teach them how to surf it safely, how to maneuver it in a way that's not going to jeopardize them or their safety.
Exactly.
And even the people in the house, like kids can get a hold of your credit card information and be purchasing things on the internet. If you get those naughty kids, though. But we need to just teach them the safety of how to use the internet and how to work about it.
Exactly. Good talk.
That was it.
Right. So if you feel we missed anything, or if you had anything to add, please let us know. Don't forget to like, share, and comment down below. We love to hear y'all feedback. We love to hear y'all feedback. And always remember to put God first, and where we gonna catch them, love.
We'll catch you on the flip side.
All right.